Hey lovely ones, Ingrid Anna here. Just went to the gym and I was thinking that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about green envy and how it can really support you to up-level your life. If you're thinking, I want what she has, that's really great. If you're thinking like kind of like in a jealousy way, then you might want to shift that to more like, okay, I see what that person has and I desire that too. And also think about, well, what has that person actually done? Like I was speaking to my personal trainer and she said that so many people come in saying they want the better body or they want to be stronger, and yet they're too busy or whatever the reason, whatever excuse they give to actually, hey gorgeous ones, actually, hey Lisa, do the work, right? So in order for me to grow a very successful business, I've had to some days crawl on my hands and knees. I've had to move through, shift all the emotions and beliefs that did not correlate with the vision that I wanted for my life. Also, I mentioned something really important. I had a vision. Hey, Jillian, I had a vision, I had a vision, I had a vision. And that vision requires, right? Hey, gorgeous, requires that you release anything that is not in congruency or in alignment with the life that you want to create. So one thing about me is that I've always had a very strong vision, like how I want to live, the lifestyle, the furniture, the bed linen, all that sort of stuff as well. Not just because I focus a lot on impact and service. I'm known for that actually. Hey gorgeous D, in the industry really, to really give. I'm known to be very generous, and that's one part of it because I want to be very ethical and conscious and giving, and unless my students are getting great results, then the work is sort of futile, right? But so that's one part of the vision. The other part is how I want to be with my family, how I want to be there for myself, how I want to take care of myself, how I want to feel in my body, the structure and the systems then that are needed for all of that. So I've had to release so much stuff and do so much work in order to get that, like so many debilitating beliefs around money, myself, my value. Really, I've had to study at a deeper level marketing and the infrastructure and messaging. Every day I'm taking a risk. Every time I get on camera, every time I get on video, I was saying to my students, I throw myself in the deep end. I don't want to censor myself. I share pretty much, that's my choice, but I share so much of myself because I think it's important, because I don't want to dish up an illusion or a fabrication. This is really deep, sacred, and it's not easy work. But when you recalibrate your energy and your emotion and your body, your whole body, your internal body, the external always has to change. But it's always that inside job. So if you see someone with something that you desire and you notice any jealousy come up or envy, just say, wow, that is actually available to me. And thank you for showing me what I truly desire, because all of that is available to you plus some. I've never felt, I don't know, I know a woman, her name is Marcia Kilgore, and she started her business. I just love meeting incredibly talented, amazing people. And she started her business off, she was a personal trainer from Canada. She moved to New York City, and she started her business off as a one-room beauty salon called About Face. She became so good at what she did, so focused, so what's the word that I'm searching for? Sorry, Ari is really scared about going. Hello, love, Abigail. Going to to school for an hour today, and she woke me up like 5 times last night. Oh yes, this is how I feel about jealousy. It's a sign that it's there for you and it's coming to you if you allow it in. Yeah, there's one thing, and then you've got to be personal. Absolutely love day. And then you've got to be personally responsible. Oh, thank you. I love that. You know, I've worked on that. Like I grew up with a lot of chaos and a lot of passive aggressiveness and a lot of abuse. And I'm not saying that as a victim, it just wasn't nice, the environment, right? I always felt scared and unsafe. And so my whole life is like, I'm a Libra, I've got like 4 planets in Libra. I love beauty, but the beauty that's the most important to me is the emotional presence, communication, heart. So you could have the nicest furniture, you could have the waterfall in your home, you could have the 10-bedroom mansion, but unless, as you know, you have that beautiful energy in your home, you know, you have nothing. I've been in those homes where you're like, I hate this environment, is so toxic. So in my marriage, I've had to work on my marriage, how we are and how I am as a parent. We want laughter and play. I have people come into my home and they do help me, but those women become my friends because I adore those women. And so whether it's someone helping me clean and sort my house out, whether it's someone who's putting away laundry, whether it's someone helping me with food, I always have a really deep connection with those staff members. Like there's a deep honoring where we're all in it together. They're supporting me, I'm supporting them, and that feeling is the real beauty, right? That's the real riches. And then everything else on that is the icing on the cake. And so really do write down and get clear of what you design. I just want to finish teaching the story too about Marcia, who's amazing. Yes, I'm always setting containers of divine love in my new home. Yes, containers of divine love in your new home, but like what can you also do in your home now? So it might be to go out and buy like 2 beautiful new gorgeous pillowcases that make you feel really lush. It might be a candle, it might be a new crystal, something that I'm always beautifying my space and clearing the way. Yesterday I spent my entire Sunday with some help from my friends who were visiting for Chris's birthday, organizing furniture and getting my new studio ready. But that idea and that vision has been there for years, guys. Doesn't just happen overnight for me, right? We have a studio out the back. It was actually a shed that we gutted ourselves. It had like about 400 or 500 kilos of crap in it. And we literally got rid of all that furniture and crap that was stored there. We gutted it, we polished the floors, we painted the ceiling black, and that became, and then when I had more money, put an air conditioner in there. Oh my God, we used to sit under these lights. We knew we needed lighting, we wanted to get our branding right. So, hey Lee, hey Kerry, hey Deborah. So then I bought these cheap these lights that were like literally from a hardware store in Australia. I've forgotten all this stuff that were like $50, but I got those lights. So when students come to me and they don't get the lights or they don't get the whatever, and I used to sit under there and melt. They're really good for winter because they're really hot. Now I have cooling lights. I've got my diva ring, I've got my other lights, studio lights and things like that, but it didn't happen all overnight. But anyway, there's that. But I just wanted to tell you this story about Marcia. So she went from having a 1-room beauty salon in New York City. She's very creative, very vivacious, magnetic person, did the work, started to get celebrity clientele, and then you might have heard of a spa because she then opened her first spa called Bliss Spa. Anyway, kept growing, very, very diligent, very focused person. Started to develop her own product line, growing, more locations. Anyway, she sold Bliss for $50 million or 50 or 60 million US dollars to Starwood Hotels, right? Then that woman now is the founder of FitFlops, the FitFlop shoes. And she also created a very sort of low-end, cheaper cosmetic line called Soap and Glory. She moved to London. And she has 2 kids, by the way, too. And she created Soap and Glory, and she got the distribution through Boots. And she just sold Soap and Glory to Boots for £56 million. Or something like that, 56 million pounds. That's about 120, I think, or $100 million. Now, I love hearing stories like this. My pleasure, Dee. I love hearing stories like this. I'm like, wow, who did she have to be? And the mindset expands my mind, like all the other things that I can create and do. Whether it's these new courses that I've got coming out, or when I went to the States, I used to sell a Body Love. It's called Body Love Chocolicious Greens, and it's a green superfood chocolate powder that's sugar-free and great and just beautiful. And so I private labeled that. I get the product from a manufacturer. I put my own brand label on it. I came up with a deal with that company and started importing that. Now, I'll tell you the truth. So for example, that company, if I import that to Australia, they're very costly to import. It costs me, if I'm flying stuff out here, about $6 per unit to ship the product out through air, right? But if I sell it to the US, they stock and hold all of the product, and they send it out for me, so I don't have to do any shipping and handling, and they just charge me $8 a unit. Now, the money comes into my bank account, and I get paid before I even have to kind of pay them. It's like I don't have to buy like 300 units for like whatever, $3,000 or whatever it is, or $2,500 or $2,000 or whatever, and sort of hold all that stock. So then you go, okay, so say I wanted to bring in 20, 30, 40, 50 grand more a month from that product, I'd be looking like, okay, well, if I don't want to hold inventory, plus I have a pretty significant coaching business, number one, when is the best time to do that? And number two, wouldn't I just focus on the US market? Because I don't have to hold any inventory. I don't have to actually, apart from, say, ad money going into promoting my product, I don't have to hold any stock. And then I also don't have to go into the tiresome kind of action and responsibility of mailing all that stuff out, which I just can't even stand. I mean, you could get couriers to come, and I've done that stuff before. Couriers will arrive at your house and then take it and send it out, and you can put that cost onto your product, right? So you can charge the customer for that service. But anyway, I don't want to hold a lot of stock. So there's these sorts of ideas. So that's how I work. I'm looking at what other people are doing. I don't really feel jealousy. What I do is I look at amazing homes and houses. I've got a heap of Pinterest boards. I'm constantly looking at that and going, okay, now I want to put an extension on my house. Where will my business need to be to put an extension with ease and grace on my home? And then what would be there? It'll be a studio, it'll be more offices, maybe a place for more people to come and stay. I like to have people around me that I adore, people that are conscious in the same industry, all sorts of stuff like that. Anyway, guys, I've got to get up this hill, and I'm working my body out, not expecting it to just happen. Have to work at all of this stuff consistently with love and with complete trust and vision, because then you've got no time spent. I love the whole ease and grace thing. Yes, I mean, look, I always say I never work alone. I work with the divine. I channel the divine. I ask the divine to support me. Like you guys, you've probably been through a lot of harrowing things in your life. Hey, Katrina. And I use that to channel my courage, my message, because I know that my life and my destiny is up to me. How strong am I? How resilient? How focused? How in alignment? And so every day I give myself the opportunity to start over again, I do my prayers every day. I'm always invoking and feeling into the life and the business and the relationships that I desire. I love intimacy. I love to connect. I love to feel this deep sense of love with my students. So one of my students said to me, oh my God, you attract the most amazing, talented women. But that's not a coincidence. I have energetically put out for that, right? I energetically say I am now attracting the most amazing rock star, ethical, talented women into my business and life, right? You know, connection. Yes, we all want connection, Deborah, right? The intimacy, the trust, where we can just feel, that's the power, that's the beauty for me, where I feel held, and I feel like I don't have to watch myself in offending anybody, because we have such a deep level of trust and love that I can be myself. That's the same thing with my marriage, where I don't feel constricted in any way by him. You know, I don't have to walk around how I grew up, walk around on eggshells, worrying that I'm going to offend somebody, right? I just can be myself. And that sense of energy, of free expression, of love, of playfulness, of being a little bit probably out there compared to the norm, right? Is just so important to me. Anyway, I haven't had much sleep, so bear with me. Magic of mirroring. Yes, owning our authenticity is the grace of love. Beautiful. Maha, beautiful. It is. Owning it, allowing it, celebrating it, and being really, you know, we don't need someone necessarily to behave in a certain way for us to feel okay about it. But in my home that I've built and created, co-created with my family, I must feel safe and nourished and free. Otherwise, it's not going to work for me. That rhymes, right? I'm very clear about that. And if there's ever a wobble there, we have to look at it as a family to release that. What's going on here? What do we need to release? What side of the street do I need to clear up? What side of the street do you need to clear up in order for it to be really beautiful and loving? You're always going to have stuff here and there that comes up as you're evolving and clearing, but I think you get to a new normal where it's quite easy and flowing, and then you may experience another new level. Anyway, guys, I'm going to keep walking. I've got to take my precious girl to school today for just 1 hour and buy her uniform. I can't believe that she's going to school next year. For the feeling that I want, that I've been creating for myself, is that I'll be finishing every single day off at like 1 o'clock, so I can take her to different classes and language school. I think she's going to do Chinese and French. She loves language. She's also a builder. She loves Lego, so she's got really good left and right brain going on. I can't really do Lego. My God, my brain, it hurts my head, but she's really good at both. And I just want to spend just as much time in my life helping her rise into her power. So as we automate our business more and more, I have more and more time for that. But I just have a non-negotiable. I just am out of the office at 1 o'clock. I don't want to be there. I've also noticed, because I have worked very diligently for quite a long time, I'm not able to, now that I've made a vow for more freedom and more lightness and more time, it's like I can't be in my office as much as I used to. I did another video earlier talking about my team and how much support they give me now, and that's also a manifestation. That's also a creation that came from a very big desire to really make sure that I was fully nourished, not burnt out, that I can really focus on serving my clients without being sort of exhausted because I'm doing too much work in the business. And that all came from the same principles that I'm sharing around this deep, deep desire and vision and feeling. Okay, guys. Yes, being a mummy is so important and so special. Yeah, absolutely. I had parents that put money before family. They got very caught up in making money. And I think that today we're really blessed with the internet, and if you're a conscious, aware person, you can make a lot of money, do really well, bring in the impact that you want to bring into the world without sacrificing your family. I would feel like I'd failed if I didn't have a very full life and honor my agreement as a mother to do the best job that I possibly can being a mother. Okay guys, I'm sending you so much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.